In go. But yeah, like she goes around going, "Who's that guy?" And like, it's Lelouch. Like, Lelouch, never seen him before. He knew? And they're like, "What the fuck are you doing? You what?" And they're like, "Oh, she must just be doing a thing where she's pretending not to know him to make him jealous or whatever. She's like being aloof, but doing it as a stupid way." And here we go, the last chapter of the Area 11 route. So Cornelia, or Corny, as Yuffie calls her, is trying to convince yeah, she's like, "Go on, take another night." He's like, "Nope, Suzaku Kurogi is the one. He may not be a real Britannian, but he's got every bit the prowess required to defend me." And after the Battle of Narita, even Cornelia must know that firsthand. But she says, "The way of the Britannian Empire is to separate ourselves from the numbers." And Euphemia says, "Then I shall change that way." And Cornelia's like, "Damn, girl, tell him." But Cornelia doesn't have time for this, and she tells Euphemia we'll finish this later. She's headed out to Kyushu. The Human Reform League is busy handling the Imperium, so she's going to settle the situation at home. And Euphemia's got somewhere to be too, the island of Shikinojima. And what's she supposed to see there? Nina's like, "Wow, Relina, you handled 2 princesses, Marina and Yuffie, and you didn't even like flip your shit or anything." He's like, "I just jumped up and down squealing about how good princesses are." And Nina's like, "Nah, I was an idiot." And I was like, "What space?" But neither of the princesses had a good answer for a stupid question. But she's found an answer in that. The world's changing, and whatever peace is, no one can tell you what it is or how to get it. You have to search for your own peace in the chaos. And internally she's like, "Hero, I'm sure the peace you're after isn't the one I want, but I hope one day we'll both have peace together." Yeah, like, there's still more Gaia stuff to that, like, to come. Like, there's another Area 11 split to go, but this is most of, like, Series 1 happens in this game. And then Millie comes in with Shirley, and she's doing much better now. Lelouch comes in and is like, "Is Suzaku here?" And he's like, "No, not going to be seeing much of him. He's Euphemia's knight now. He's a time-consuming job." And Shirley doesn't recognise Lelouch. She's like, "Oh, I haven't seen you around here." And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, Shirley, I'm Lelouch. I'm Lelouch Lamperouge. Oh, thank you, Lelouch." And she's like, "Well, my guess just fucking explain." Yeah, so he explains, yeah, so he's like, "Oh, yep, my guess is, I guess I did forget." And Millie's like, "What was that about?" He's like, "Oh, you know, just having a bit of a fight, you know." And Millie's like, "She's pretending she doesn't know you?" He's like, "Yep." And he goes, "That's kind of adorable." And Lucia's like, "Okay, yeah, I know, so just, like, play along, alright?" And being stuck in Area 11, we have to get our news of the world from, like, about the other routes. And, we have to tell Goat's team, like Vanilla and Coconut, about the Imperium, why it's tearing everything apart. Crow, in particular, is mad as hell, because it seems like they're not even laying down the hammer when other nations disobey them, so much as just shooting out monsters whenever they feel like it. Their victims don't have a choice to defend themselves, and they always lose. And they can't even rebuild before their neighbours chew them up. Not to mention all the countries and groups making secret deals with the Imperium. And Todo says they would sell their souls for a moment's peace. The worst is still that they don't have an idea of what the Imperium even wants. Crow just says that they're toying with the world stage, but as mad as Zexus are, they're not standing a chance against them either, not with their endless horde of dimensional monsters, and not against the King of Destruction. And he could probably take down the other 3 nations single-handedly. And by single-handedly, we mean, like, not just, like, with his own country, just, like, he could walk in there with his own bare hands and do it. Because he's fucking Vegeta. But it sounds like there's not much anything can do, but Zexus have got ideas, and so does Roddick. Zexus has been ordered to regroup, and while the Gundam pilots don't think that's going to be enough, they got something else up their sleeve. Zuth. Zuth, which was the name of the group in Z1, if you remember. And there's some new pilots and machines, and they got some serious bites to them. The only question is if they'll stay and fight by Zex's side. And that's why Roddick's first step is to get everybody together and talk about what's coming next. And the rebellion should be getting the memo any day now. But yeah, that's the big surprise. On the other routes, we get some old faces back. Askim isn't the only one to fall through the cracks. But Zero comes back and says that the Black Knights won't be answering. They've done enough good for the world, and it's time to focus on liberating Japan. And Crow's like, can you ever really do enough good? But fighting the Imperium is a bad investment, and the rest of Zexus won't help with the revolution effort. But once Japan is free, then he'll rejoin the war. No, the Seed Boys show up, but they have literally no plot, except they have good character moments. Like there's a bit where they're like, Hero's like, truly Setsuna, you have become Gundam. It's like, I have become Gundam. I am Gundam. You are Gundam too, Hero. And Hero's like, thanks. And then Shin goes, can I be Gundam too? And Luna's just like, fuck off, idiot. Not you too, shithead. But they're good. And with Ozma as well, where he's like, no, Atheron, you can't take Rancor anywhere. Renton can do it because he's harmless. And then Atheron's like, I'm harmful? But yeah, they're basically like side characters in Zeta Gundam. Like they just exist now. It's like they're like the Zeta characters are Camille, Quattro, Amuro, Far, and then Kira, Atheron, Shin. Miles back. But yeah, once he's freed Japan, then C2 is like, he's just taking advantage of the Imperium to destroy Britannia. Or is it that you don't want to leave Nunnally again? I wonder what the scriptwriters would do if there weren't any dimensional rifts. Well, you've seen it! You've seen it in W! You've seen it in other, like, it's really fucked up, right? Because Super Rogue Wars, it's like, oh, it's big mashup time. But the Z series just goes like, but also literally their worlds are mashed up. Like, literally mashed up. It's not like J, where there is a world that has independently invented all of the different things, and then there's people in space. Like, the Seed people just don't make any fucking sense. They're not, like, they don't mingle at all. But, and like, that's what it's like in Alpha as well. Like, everything is all like in a world that's together, and then in the Z series it's just like, oh, and then these guys fell out of the sky. Yeah, I can't wait for them to go, wow, Arioma is really sucked up. That's pretty much it. It's really good. It's really fucking good when they all meet up. It's really good. Camille also has a moment. Oh. But Deetheart then drops a bomb. He's got the orders ready for the assassination of Suzaku. For all we know, Euphemia picked him as a symbol to the 11s that still side with Britannia, the way Zero is to the Resistance. But Zero disagrees. He may become that way, but Euphemia, in her innocent way, must have just chosen him as a symbol of union between the two. But Deetheart's like, no, he's still dangerous, gotta kill him. But Todo and Ogi disagree that he needs to be taken out. At the very least, underhanded assassination is no way to gain the faith of the Japanese. And Deetheart just says it's the most efficient thing to do. Anyway, they can hide the truth easily enough. But everybody's looking to Zero for an answer. I haven't decided on contingency plan because I'm going to copy myself. We fight to death. It's okay, the rules are that there's only one version. Multiple versions of the same dude cannot exist in the same world. That's a rule. The superior copy will prevail and I will become better. Yeah, it's like the Highlander. It's like the one. But Zero's like, fine, I ain't having it, buddy. Zero asks D-Heart what he really wants, and D-Heart says, you've been watching Zero ever since she took back Suzaku. And what Zero's done, he sees the future. Did I say so? No, I didn't. But the next wave of change is coming over the world, and he says, to me, you are more impressive than Celestial Being's declaration of war, or the King of Destruction's arrival. And whatever's happening, he wants to be there on the front lines, recording it himself. And Zero's like, alright, but I ain't gonna kill Suzaku. Not going to assassinate him. He's going to reach out to him once more and ask him to join the Black Knights. He knows Euphemia will be visiting Shikinijima, and Suzaku will undoubtedly be with her. And they'll have a guard at best, not an army, so it's perfect time to go and yoink him. And the Black Knights like, ooh, gotta fight the Lancelot again. It's so tough to fight. We definitely haven't murdered it in 3 shots every time. And taken it alive too? Jeez. But Zero's like, I have a plan. And then, stomping on her high heels, the plan is tired of waiting for her introduction, and she introduces herself as the mother of the Gurren and the Gekka, and she's Dr. Rakshata Shaura. And she tells Callan not to die, because she'd be really like to continue collecting data on the Gurren. And on the subject of data, she can't stand letting the Lancelot run around. She's got some history with its maker. And with everyone in the room, Zero can finally start describing and explaining his plan. Rakshata's really good. She's really good. Crow, though, is worried about Zexis, and Jiro just goes, I hope these new Zuth guys have got what it takes to make up for us not being there. And Cro's like, Zuth, huh? Wonder if Asakim's gonna be with them. But this time, because there's no Zuth people, there's nobody apparently on the other route. Someone's like, no way! We would never team up with that dude! He's a shithead from hell! This is Scenario 27, the Island of God. So, we've made contact with the Britannian forces deep in the island, and Callan is driving Suzaku to Zero right now. Hurrying him that way, not just in a car. C2 asks Lelouch if they think he can turn Suzaku, and why don't you just gaius him? And Zero just says he can't. He's like, why not? And he's like, I just can't. He's like, why? Stubbornness? Friendship? Ego? And he just goes, all of the above. And then the nerd shows up, and just like, you have come, Suzaku. And Suzaku, not being smart, just runs at him. Right into his trap! It's a little device that Rakshata made called a Gethian Disruptor. And it knocks out Yggdrasil drives, which is what he's got. The Sakuradite powered reactor that powers a nightmare. And it turns it off, he's fucked. Zero gives Suzaku a choice: agree to talk, or he and his robot are forfeit. So Suzaku's like, alright, fine. So he gets out. And Zero does the same, and he warns Suzaku that the Gurren's weapons are still trained on him. And he asks Suzaku to join him, and Suzaku says, no, no way, no way. But yeah, I already told you, I don't believe in getting results through the wrong means. And what do you claim is found in the cheap peace Japan has today? And then Suzuki doesn't answer, and he says, what would have happened if Japan had kept fighting 7 years ago? The Human Reform League in the AEU would have joined the war, and the fighting would continue even today, with Japan split into 3. What peace we have is due to Japan's unconditional surrender. That's right, and I'm fighting to keep the peace my father gave his life for. It's a full show of peace. The Black Knights. And then Callan interrupts to let Zero know there's a missile headed for him. And in the instant that Zero is distracted with a no, what the? Suzuki's like, gotcha! Runs over, grabs him. And he's got orders to take Zero in, and he knows about the missile. And Zero's like, you're gonna die. He's like, I know. And Zero says, well, it's easy to follow orders. What do you want? And Suzuki says, this is what I want. But basically, he knows all about the missile and he's glad to get fucking blown up if this is what he does. Euphemia won't allow Suzaku to get blown up. And both Zero and Suzaku are like, duh, Euphemia, what are you doing here in the missile's blast range? But Suzaku refuses to let go of Zero, because dying would be better than breaking the rules that he's set for himself. Yeah, he says he's rulers. Zero is like, oh shit, this is what Mal was talking about. Alright, here we go. So, slides open the thing on his mask, gives him the order, and just as the missile strikes, he gives Suzaku the order. Live! And with that, he has made a terrible mistake. He has given himself a major thorn. Zero wakes up and he's like, wow, I have been thrown a very long way from the missile and Suzaku. Maybe by a dimensional quake? Wait, based on all of this, we must be on Kaminajima. What a weird island. And Euphemia's here too, and he's like, Lelouch? He's like, oh yeah, it is you. She hasn't told anybody. So she says, so before you shoot, let me at least... And Lelouch takes off his mask. She figured it out. And here we go back to Shikanijima. And here is Lloyd reporting to Schneisel. They've lost Euphemia, her knight, and all of the involved nightmares. And Schneisel's like, must have been a dimensional quake. They must be on Kaminajima. Because space-time had a big old swirly just right as the event happened. And if so, that means he's probably still alive. Schneisel reveals that while the order to hold Zero comes from Shikanijima, he personally had the missile launched, but he thought it was going to give Suzaku a chance to get out of the pickle that the Black Knights had put him in, not put him in danger. And he didn't expect Euphemia to show up either. He even apologises to Lloyd and Cecile for his lapse in judgment. And then Lloyd is like, well, I mean, you can come looking for your missing soldier if you want. And Bartley's just got a big fat head and he sucks. Back on the Kaminajima, the island of God. Jima is island. Iwo Jima. Shikijima. Suzaku has encountered Callan Stutfeld. And he's trying to arrest her, and she's like, call me by my Japanese name, shitlord Callan Kazuki. But they're both pretty fucked. The Gurren and the Lancelot are trashed, and they can't even call for help because their radios are busted. And Callan says that Suzaku's the one that's going to be arrested because she knows Zero's coming for her. And Suzaku's like, tell me who Zero is. And then she's like, never. And he's like, you don't know. You don't know. But then he asks her to leave the Black Knights. He's like, no, I'm his guard. I'm doing it. Do it. And then they have their argument, and each one claims that the other's eventual victory will be empty because he's gonna fuck it up, and she's doing bad things. And Callan hits below the belt with Genbu Kururugi, the last samurai, must be rolling in his grave, being Suzuku's dad. And then she says, I'll change the world. If I can't get my brother back. So a whole lot of drama bombs where she's like, oh, your dad must be rolling in his grave because his son's so shitty, and my brother's dead, or whatever. But they're not getting anywhere, so Suzaku suggests that maybe they look for high ground, and then to make it easier for the army to find them. And now they talk. Euphemia figured out she suspected the Zero Lelouch thing since the hotel attack, and Zero tipped his hand to her there, but she wasn't certain until now. And he's like, why haven't you told Cornelia? And she says, Cornelia never takes her seriously anyway, so what's the point? She asks after Nunnally, and Lelouch says she's fine, but Euphemia is like, I bet she fucking hates me. but down to business. Lelouch asks about his mother again, and Euphemia says that she doesn't know anything, but Cornelia idolised Marianne, and he's been looking into her death, and that was probably why Clovis named her when Lelouch questioned him. And then Euphemia has another question. She says, "Are you Zero or?" And Lelouch just goes, I'm your Lelouch, don't worry about it, but I have to be Zero again when we get back to Japan, because I have to keep fighting Britannia. And then she asks him, I think, and says, what if Britannia changed? He says, I was talking to a friend and she asked me, what is peace? Whatever it is, I know it's not what's in Area 11 right now. And then, is it because of the Black Knights? Says Lelouch. Says, it's all because we hold down the numbers. The problem is segregation. And you want to change that? War is swallowing the world, not just the Imperium, but everyone who makes someone else suffer. I don't want a peace where people silently suffer, or where discontent is silenced by threat of force. I think we can achieve true peace if we all try to understand and respect each other. And then Lelouch, and you think that can happen between Britannia and Japan? I do. Just like you trusted me enough to take off your mask. Yuffie? All this talk has made me quite hungry. Should we search for food? Sure. And then, oh, I feel like we're on a hike. Yeah, just like old times. I'm saying I gotta be a terrorist, I got a cape. But they don't find anything. And Lelouch is like, sorry, I'm just not as good a knight as Suzaku. When Lelouch first came to Area 11, Suzaku was his only friend, but the memory is bittersweet now they're on opposite sides. And then, out of a bush, he puts his mask on, and Euphemia ducks behind him. And then Zero declares that Euphemia is his hostage. He says, I will trade this lady, Euphemia, Princess Euphemia, for my soldier. And he says, just play along, Yuffie, it's fine. So he's like, oh, yeah, oh, do it, Suzaku, forget me and fight, and then Khan's like, Suzaku, fucking do it, and they're all yelling at each other, give me Euphemia, Zero, but that noise of a dimensional quake happening, everybody's swallowed up by the light. In an underground ruin elsewhere on the island, Lloyd is showing Schneisel what Clovis took this island for, what they call a consciousness elevator. A few of these have been found all over the world, and Emperor Charles, has done some invasions to get his hand on them. He's got some distaste for this hocus pocus, and Bartley's like, I would call it that. But the data from these things has been incorporated into the Gawain's Druid system. And that's what Lloyd's been brought here for, not the elevator itself, but the robot. And then this dipshit shows up, and he comes in and he's like, that's not for the likes of you to touch. And he's like, what the? He's like, I'm asking him down, and this isn't for you. And Lloyd is like, talking about all this spooky stuff was called in a ghost. But Askim's like, how could I resist coming here where the key to breaking it resides? The key to breaking it. And he brought a friend. Aim. And this man agrees with Askim that man was not meant to dabble in what's located here. And the two of them speak cryptically to each other because they're fucking awful. But I imagine we'll get more of that on the other routes. And then suddenly, a weird quake! What the? Huh? And then Suzaku, Zero, Euphemia, and Callan fall out of the fucking sky and interrupt everything. Asakim immediately recognises Zero as the bearer of the power of the king, and he introduces himself as an accursed wanderer, much like the one who gave you your power. And Zero's like, I don't have fucking time for this. So he dives into the nearest nightmare to escape in, and he orders Callan to escape and make for the Gurren too. But Schneisel's here! And Zero's like, Schneisel, El Britannia, I don't have time for you either! I'll deal with you soon enough! And Aim just goes, this guy, crowded, in a hurry. Not really my scene, ask him, how about you? And he's like, yeah, this sucks, let's leave, my feet hurt, I want to go home. So Asukim summons Shuroga, and the Black Stranger, Shuroga, and AIM summons Moby Dick because he can. And shooting. Hit Zero in his goddamn new flying nightmare frame. Big deal, like there's no other flying nightmares. And it's got something else on it, and Zero's very interested. He says it's almost like this nightmare was made specifically for me. But to make full use of it though, he needs someone else to drive, and C2 says he's been called. And he's like, even luckier, this nightmare is a two-seater. And as she gets in, she quips that she's getting sucked deeper into the partner in crime role. And then ask him, he's like, sinner doomed to wander in endless torment. Pleased to meet you. Callan's here to help too, but Suzuki's being a dick. And Zero's like, alright buddy, work for us for now, because Yufemi's still in those ruins and the dimensional monsters want to get in, alright? This is asking him down, he's a shithead. And that dude's AIM over there. So here's his new ride. It flies, its movement's good, it's got a second pilot, like he's got the lady with the SP regen now. It's got some good guns, including a map. Yeah, and I got him hitting away already. And yeah, and it's got a jammer too. Like, that's it, right? Nothing else too crazy. Nothing else too crazy, it's just pretty good. No, he fell out of the sky and this thing was in the room because they were working on it, and the stuff in the consciousness elevator has been put into Gawain and Lloyd was working on it. He fell out of the sky, jumped in it, and then C2 was just walking around outside and he's flown over and just picked her up. Oh, Eskim's with us. Alright, Eskim's gonna help us, so I guess it's not, he's a shithead. He's like, yo, Eskim, help me out. My buddy. He helped us out before, he's a good boy. Yeah, if only it had a barrier so complicated that only Magic Babies could do it. Magic Babies and fucking Rollo too. Love that dude. Can we cut himself? Oh yeah, we can. So here we go. Gawain. Its true value lies in its astounding computing power. I'm likely the only one in the world who can use this druid system to its full potential. Alright, cut the bragging and put the thing to use already. I'm already doing all the piloting. Then take me into the enemy formation. We'll wipe them all out with the druid system and the Hadron cannon. Fucking Lelouch. I'm probably the only person in the world who's a big enough genius to use this machine. Big flying Anubis fucker. Blammo. Yeah, look at me, I'm so smart. I've got this cool robot that probably only I could use. They definitely didn't make this for anybody else. Just me. The druid system is like, I believe it just analyzes everything constantly and ever so like. Yeah, let's find it. Let's find it. The druid system. The druid system was originally intended to investigate the structure of the thought elevators, but it allows the Gawain to plot the probable movements of enemy units. So basically, it analyzes everything constantly, and then also goes, "It's probably gonna go over here." So, and it does that so accurately that it's basically looking ever so slightly into the future. Is like the idea. No, like the zero system is magic baby bullshit. So it's nowhere near on the level of the thing. These show up and we're like, wow, what's that new thing? And it's like, oh yeah, it's Zero's new ride. Wow, nice work, Suzuku, you're with us. And Suzuku's like, I'm only fighting with you to survive. And the Crow is like, dang it, Moby Dick. And Asuka's here. What are you doing? And also Moby Dick. Discalibur. I am the accursed wanderer, but I know where to find the key to my salvation. And this world holds a clue to the Taiji, font of all evil. Taiji being the supreme ultimate, the ultimate power. I'll find the power to break free of the chains of destiny. Bum, bum. Yep, head kick. This kicks the top half clean off. Asuka, he's a wild dude. Boy. Yeah, no, he doesn't do the stab himself till later, I guess. It's a more powerful move. I'll carry out my duty as Princess Euphemia's knight. Zero, this will be our first and last battle together. You did it, Suzuku. He doesn't have the bullshit! He doesn't have the bullshit yet! Suzuku, you're trash. You're trash. Doesn't even have the big baby bullshit. But yeah, just see if you can think what might occur if a man, if a man has given you a command that you absolutely cannot disobey and you have to do at all costs, and he has told you to live. He goes this way, he accidentally stabs himself. No, like he holds his sword and he runs it across his hand, and then like blood comes out. And then he whips his hand around and draws a big magic sigil in the sky. And then he turns in. Then his robot transforms into bird mode, like Cybuster does. And then he flies through it, and he's a big magic evil crow from hell. kids get wet. It's not even the best robot blood-based attack. That will, yeah, it will always be Alchemy. It's because he's Masaki. He's Masaki Ando. Like, his name is just an anagram of him. He's Masaki from the Misaki Shin games in OG universe. Voiced by the same dude. His robot looks very similar. He's that dude, but just weird. And that dude comes from a world where, well, he doesn't, like, but he spends most of his time, and his robot is, like, powered by magic, like it's got a little genie in it. So him having magical attacks to do is expected. Like, Masaki, his robot erases you from the Akashic record. Like, he just makes it so you never existed. And you can never reincarnate, and you're just gone. Don't even get to live in hell or anything. And he's a good guy. And that's why Shu, as a scientist, is his nemesis. Because he comes from the world of magic, and he's like, fuck magic. Science is where it's at. I'm gonna study black holes and shit. But he is also a wizard. Oh, yeah, of course, Callan. Eat it, Imperium. Yeah, he's got all the science of normal people, but also bullshit. And also all the bullshit the magic people, like he can... Yeah, like you to the death, Imperium. Like, he can actually, like, make a little magical seal and walk around and nobody will be able to detect him. He's just invisible. But despite all that, his robot is firmly science, no magic. No need. As he explains about event horizons and micro black holes. Talons Prevail should be kicking in right now. Discalibur. Poor Damon. broke through a magic bullshit shield, but she's super fucking tough, so don't worry about it. I will fight for my dad's memory. I got hit by 1% in the Super Wars games I've played. Yes. Absolutely. I've missed two 90% in a row. I've been hit by three 20% in a row, but I've also dodged like four 60% in a row, so... Yeah, after Area 11 I'm going to do the other routes. I'm going to do the space route next time. This will be the end for today because I'm all tired and I want to hopefully be ready for space tomorrow. And then we'll do Space Route, which will be Gundam 00, Dankuga Nova, Macross Frontier, and some nerds. Some Zoof nerds. Luster Edge. Fine for asking to get fucked up by a rhino. Damn, they put him in a crystal prison. Askim hates that. Don't put him in a crystal prison. Ian Drake. Shuroga. Well, it seems like downgrading thing seems to like be doing alright, but I mean the other one did alright before. So, how have you been, MD? Looks like you waited so long you've gone old and white. I don't care. I don't know I'll care if you're the King of Destruction's champion or something name brought in. But I'm ending this right here, MD, for my promise to Esther. With myself, too. Fucking Moby Dick. More like Moby Dink, because he sucks.
Take away that. 一本取ったぜ。借りを返すぞ、MD。アサルトコンバットパターン、ファイズ。
Eat it, Moby Dick.
ターゲットを中央に固定。そのまま速やかに火力集中。
We shot him a lot, but didn't do enough damage because he's a big boy. And Askim regenerates a lot. He's got that old medium. Is it everybody in NMD? Oh, okay. Defeat MD, he retreats under 5,000 hit points or on turn 4. Well, he definitely doesn't retreat under 5,000 hit points. because that's that dude there below that number. Get with your noodle on, buddy. Well, unfortunately, there's nothing to upgrade in this case. If it doesn't work again. Someone like you ain't no good. I was gonna say Crow's gonna fuck it, but that's fine. You blow up. When suddenly, mysterious stranger from the other stage before. What? Marguerite in the pearl nail. And Marguerite. A bloom in heaven. Marguerite, this fucking Marguerite is like, Marguerite, why are you standing like that? You don't need to stand like that, lady. But ugh, Crow, it's like, I'm alright, I'm alright. And then Marguerite, let's okay, so this is going on the other route. Let's find that. Even my Super was just standing that shit is playing. Dude, did you not see Xeno? Yeah, so she's Marguerite Pistal, Knight of Insalam, the 7th Arcsaber, and she demands that AIM call back MD because she'll fight us in its place. And AIM's like, alright then, fine, jeez. Yeah, there, Arcsaber, number 7. He mentions the Calamity whatever, which was the thing there, the robot from when the big thing happens. AIM calls it back. He's like, this is Marguerite Pistal of Insalam. Sophie would be embarrassed to be in the same room as Marguerite. No way, because she has no sense of embarrassment or shame. So here we go. That really hurt, you know. You survived, you stubborn oaf. Sorry about that. I've got too much money on the line to die here. Money? Is that why you fight? About the size of it? Not proud of it, but there it is. You. Why must my opponent be such a cur? Look, I don't know what I did to offend you, but don't forget this is a battlefield, and I don't go easy on women. Silence! By the pride of an Arc-Saber, I'll not be bested by a wretch like you.
イモネシアでの借りを返すぜ。イーグル、イームネット、セット。スタンロッドを食らいな。
誇りは鋼のごとし。私の使命はお前を撃つことだ。この花がお前を天へと送る。
There's Xena from Z1. Bloom in heaven. Just as a reminder for the... In the past, choose Marguerite over the Master Professor. I did indeed choose Marguerite over Trier when I was offered a choice. And I'm pretty sure that that's going to be what Titose is like in V. She's going to be like Xeno. That's why they haven't shown her at all in any of the trailers yet, because they're like, we're keeping it a secret. What's the names of Crow's old commander? Marilyn. We will get to Marilyn. Marilyn. Fucking Marilyn. I love Marilyn a lot. I wanted to stomp on my coin purse 10 times. Even then the camera doesn't just full on stop to do a jig. That's true, like it doesn't slowly pan up her body to get to the thing. Give him the high five. Good duo has finally defeated the Men of the Sea. I don't know why I had things called the Slash Talent instead of the Harken, other than... No, I just have no idea. Tamaki just learned luck, as if anybody fucking cared what this dude ever did in his life. Well, I'll choose this time probably Marguerite again, because she's the best one. This world is my new battlefield. I've already been stripped of my honor and all I was bound to protect. I've nothing left to lose, so let me fall and become a monster. Fucking Marguerite. Dynamite explosion. And when we get to Z3, you'll see the cuttings in that. There's one character when the lady descends from above and the man comes up from the bottom on opposite side of the screen, and like the cutting just stops when her boobs are in the middle of the screen. Like, that's just fucking it. They're done. It's just garbage. Z3 is fucking terrible. Heat Shotel. Yeah, well, they probably haven't seen Kaguya, but Kaguya in Endless Frontier is she's just regular Super Robot Wars shit at this point. You did it, buddy. You blew her up twice. Bow Slam. No, we don't land. But I mean, also I guess you can't fight because you're out of juice. The Z2 videos are only on Twitch, so you'd have to find them in the VODs. But they do exist, I assure you. He's fucking map attack, fuck off. No, I don't like anybody other than that dude, actually, and that other nerd. Anybody other than the two. You're a dangerous woman. Onnagiri. Okay, it's gonna get crunchy as it loads the thing again because I need to double check I think. Got him. Any unit +1 movement for somebody. Marguerite books it. Aim is like, well, whatever. An extraneous factor messed up his plans. And Cro's like, yo, Aim, hold up. And he's like, oh, I no longer have any reason to care about you. And he says, besides, I'm quite busy just keeping myself alive, thank you. A formidable foe is he. And they're looking at Asukim. And he's like, Asukim down, you're a jerk. And then he leaves. He's like, Aim, I will chase you to the ends of the earth. And he's like, wow, so you're a friend of Zuth? And Asukim goes, not so much. Really? No love lost there. Crow says he has questions for him, and Asukim says, do you really want to ask them while you're wavering between your fears and your regrets? He says, I will await your awakening, wavering scales. But for now, I must go. The false black sheep is my current prey. But that gets explained in time. Don't worry about it. And off he goes. And so, Aim and Asukim, what's up with those dudes? Suzuku is like, yo, Zero, quit the Britannia Union, join me. They tried to blow you up with a missile, dude. Stop being Euphemia's knight and be me. And he says, alright, anyway, give a message to Euphemia. I'll put my faith in you. And we leave, and he's like, wait, what's that message mean? What could that mean? But Snizel and Bartley have other plans for that boy. He's going to be court-martialed for insubordination. wavering scales. Having a brush with the Imperium has made Zero just go, you know what, actually, when I said we were just going to ignore the world and just focus on Japan, we can't do that, because no way we can deal with that shit without help. So, we're going to join Zexis after all. And he says, Japan is part of the world. If the world is not at peace, peace for Japan is a pipe dream. And Tamaki's like, what? But everybody agrees that Zero's got the right idea. And yeah, he's like, Gundam pilots, are you with me? And like, yeah. And he wants C2 by his side as Gwen's pilot, so that's staying. Lelouch has faith that Nunley will be in good hands with Euphemia watching, and C2 is amused to have discovered Lelouch's soft spot, but Lelouch doesn't care. Peace, true peace, is the world he wants for Nunley, and for that possibility he'll give Euphemia a chance to make things right. But if she can't turn things around, then he'll take down Britannia all the same. What video? I don't know. No idea. It was many moon ago. And here's Crow, who's like, what the fuck is Marguerite still? So I guess I better crank open that stage again. Yeah, so you mad about losing MD again? He's like, I'm more on that Marguerite thing. Oh, you're into that chick? He's like, nah, not like that, dude. But definitely seemed like she was protecting Moby Dick. And what did she call herself? Yeah, and Duo's like, what'd she call herself? An Arc-Saber of Insalam? Maybe that's like a thing in the universe she's from, or like whatever country she's from in her universe. But it's a whole mess of shit we don't know about. Anyway, best way to answer those questions, take on the Imperium and get answers personally. And then, here's Crow internally. There you have it, Chief, Esther. Wiping out the Daemons turned out to be a lot bigger job than we thought. If I pull this off, I better get one hell of a bonus. Meanwhile, back at Pendragon. That's their thing, Pendragon. Schneizel explains to Euphemia that they have a recording of Suzaku disobeying direct orders to hold on to Zero. They ordered him to hold on to Zero for the missile, and he yelled, "Shut up, I don't care, I have to live," which was very strange. But the evidence is airtight, video footage of it. Lloyd smirks and says Euphemia, in charge of Cornelia's absence, will have to deliver his sentence and get him murdered. But, just so she knows, to take responsibility as Suzuki's handler, he intends to remain with the boy. Yeah, so Lloyd's like, yep, I'm staying with him. He's a good boy. I like him. He's my missing ingredient. And then Schneizel tells everybody that his little bird says the Black Knights are leaving Japan. Likely, of course, to meet up with Zexis under the World Peacekeeping Council. And that gives Euphemia an idea for what to send Suzaku to. Elgin lectures Otsuka about keeping Zexis away from yeah, no, I need to go back to this other stage. Yeah, so Elgin orders Otsuka to have everybody group back up. And the Imperium may be moving on North America, but Elgin wants us away from him. He's invited the Imperium to talk things out, and he wants Zexis nowhere fucking near him. He doesn't want to give him an excuse to go on the offensive. And also, do not invite Zuth into Zexis, alright? Don't even mention it. Don't even give the hint that you want them to join. It's their decision. If they want come to us and say we want in, sure, but do not even put the idea in their minds. He says we may not take away their freedom to choose. And Otsuka's like, we could definitely use their help against the Imperium, but alright, good luck at your summit, buddy. And then Elgin talking to himself again, if Zuth has been transported here, it must be due to... So he's coming. In fact, he's already here. And here's Asukim, who's like, hello, Elgin Roddick, I presume. He's like, Asukim down. He's like, ah, so you know all about me. You must be another accursed wanderer. Accursed, I suppose, but... And then phone call. Elgin here. What? The Britannia Union has attacked the Overflags. What the? Buh? Gundams? And here's Eichmann, who's figured out what make the Gundams tick, why there are only a few of them, while it's taken this long to show up. The only place to produce the reactors they need to run is Jupiter, and the only chance anyone had to do it was 120 years ago, on the manned exploration mission out there. But if that's true, that means Eolia Schoenberg's true goal was... No time to worry about that, though, because here's 3 Gundams, the Trinity Gundams. None of ours, but here they are to go get the Professor. And here's this dude whose name I can never remember. This is Johan. This is Nena. And this is Michal. He takes away the competition, well, cackling like a lunatic, and she's like, let's go, Johan, bro. Let's get him with the GN drives. Plug in. Big gun. Got him. Ooh-ah! And the bases bone up, and now Eichmann's dead. And then he's like, let's go, bro, nice work. Zexis, eat shit. No one can match us. Not even the Celestial, especially not the Celestial being dudes being dragged around with Zexis. We don't even need the Daigun's help anymore, right? And the 3 main Overflag dudes, Graham, Daryl, and Howard, return slightly too late. Eichmann, he's dead. But, mission complete, let's get out of here. Michal wants to stay and play some more. And Graham, mad as hell about this Gundam, flies in. But Michal slips out from his grasp and just fucking murders Howard. Blech. And with his bloodlust sated, he's like, right then, let's go. Let's leave under the cover of the stealth field. We fucking invisible, and they walk away. And Graham's mad as hell, but it'd be a waste to go after invisible people. And he's already lost Howard and Professor Eichmann to the Gundams, but he won't forget what they did anytime soon. Yeah, there's some 00 bad guys that are cartoonishly evil and stupid. And over here, we have Alejandro and Ribbons, who have heard the news, and they know that Britannia will have no choice but to mobilise their nightmares. Otherwise, the Imperium won't be able to pass up the hole in their defence now that the Overflag base has been destroyed. But if that happened, wouldn't it be nice if the Imperium could completely destroy the East Coast and Elgin Roddick with it? Alejandro's not too worried about the Imperium coming for him. Schneisel's got something going on in Cambodia that can take them out on a whim. And he's got his own iron in the fire up in the orbital ring. Basically, the Imperium's barely a threat to him, but potentially a great asset if he moves his pieces on the board correctly. It's all to guide the world on the path he's drawn for them, but for now he's content to just sit back and watch the talks between Elgin and the Imperium. I mean, Ribbon, yeah, like that dude is stay up. Waste my armor. And then we got some shit that doesn't matter because we ain't doing it.